But speaking of Mivtzoim, or the other word, any of you guys ever do in Manhattan?
Yeah! Whoa!
So, it sounds very glamorous doing Mivtzoim in Manhattan, these big skyscrapers, until you discover that there are at least 72 Mivtzoim routes in every single building. And now you'd think it would be very simple, that there would be one route per floor or 2 floors, but no. I mean, these routes by now have been inherited from people's great-grandparents, and there is no rhyme or reason to them whatsoever. And at this point, these Mivtzoim routes are so gerrymandered that they would confound even the most enterprising of state legislatures. I actually have a friend who, one poor lawyer on his Mivtzoim route, was cut right in half. His right half was on one route, and his left half was on the other. So my friend and his chavrusa would come and put tefillin on the guy, but then they have to wait for the other bachim to come for him to say Shema. It was very, very inconvenient. Personally, I never really liked Manhattan Mivtzoim. It's too fancy. Also, you have to have a Dvar Torah to say, which means you have to learn Torah. Not for me. I always did Mivtzoim in Russian buildings. Anybody ever do Mivtzoim with Russians? So maybe you guys could answer this question. This is a question that has been perplexing me ever since I first walked into a Russian building when I was 14 years old. You ready? Okay. How is it that Russians, who are the most mistrusting, paranoid people on all of planet Earth, also walk around the house stark naked all the time? It makes no sense. Like, you haven't done Mivtzoim with Russians until you've knocked on a guy's door, had him answer, 1 minute, let me get dressed, and then have him come to the door 90 seconds later, open up all 6 locks, and then open the door wearing nothing but a pair of tighty whities. Like, the KGB surely had cameras, right? I mean, talk about nothing to hide. And, it's not like these men are in peak physical condition. Let me tell you, I have seen some revolting things putting tefillin on these 95% naked men. All that I'm comfortable saying here is, when you were like a little bar mitzvah bacher, and on Simchas Torah, some irresponsible dude would try to get you to drink vodka, and he would say something like, it'll put hair on your chest. 100% true. There's no lie there. If only we all had as much confidence in our Avodas Hashem as these 90-year-old Russians have in their bodies in our age of Alexa and hacked webcams.